So, live-in relationships. They're becoming a pretty common thing now, right? A choice a lot of us are considering. But it's a huge step, and it comes with a ton of questions. In this explainer, we're going to walk through what you really need to think about before you make that leap.
So, that brings us right to the big question. Is moving in together a necessary step, or even the right one before you decide to commit for life? It's something that deserves some serious thought, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
First off, let's get some context here. We're living in a time where the whole landscape of relationships is shifting, and it's happening pretty fast.
I mean, think about it. Things that were totally taboo not too long ago are now being talked about right out in the open. Now, it's not like it's accepted everywhere, but there's for sure a change in the air. People are just more open to different ways of building a life together, moving past just the traditional routes.
And look, a huge part of this shift is the influence of Western culture. Ideas like living together before you get married, that's been pretty common in other parts of the world for a while, and now it's becoming a much more visible and seriously considered option right here too.
Okay, so why? What's the real motivation? Why are couples choosing to take this step? Let's get into the core purpose behind this whole decision. For a lot of people, it really boils down to one simple thing: getting to truly know your partner inside and out before making a promise that's supposed to last a lifetime. It's kind of seen as the ultimate test drive for compatibility, not just about feelings, but about the nitty-gritty, day-to-day reality of sharing your entire life and home with someone.
And that brings us to the most crucial part of this whole conversation, the reality check. This isn't just about how you feel about each other. It's about being prepared for what's coming. So the real question is, are you actually ready? Let's break down the questions you absolutely have to ask yourself.
Before you even start looking at apartments together, you have got to take a hard look at the foundation you've already built. See, moving in together isn't a magic fix for problems. It's an amplifier. It's going to make everything bigger. So how strong is your relationship right now?
Because living together, it's a pressure cooker. It tests you in ways you don't even see coming. Is your bond really strong enough to handle the arguments over dirty dishes, or how to spend money, or just those annoying daily habits without everything falling apart? Is it built on something more than just having fun together?
And this one's huge. Can you trust them blindly? We're not just talking about being faithful here. We're talking about trusting their character, their judgment, their real intentions. A live-in relationship demands this crazy high level of trust because you're not just sharing a space, you're sharing your most vulnerable self.
All right, so we've talked about the emotional side. Now let's get real about the practical stuff. You could have the most amazing bond in the world, but you still have to face the realities of life head on.
This is a big one. When you decide to live together, there's a good chance you might lose that financial safety net your family provides. So, can you 100% support yourself? Can you handle rent, bills, and all those surprise expenses that pop up without needing to call for backup? This is a serious reality check you'll have to pass.
It's easy to know what makes someone laugh, but do you really know how they handle stress? What happens when things go seriously wrong? Understanding their true character is so important to protect yourself from getting your heart broken or, even worse, being taken advantage of. Are you absolutely positive about the person you're planning to build a home with?
And then there's everyone else, the social side of things. The hard truth is, your family, maybe some of your friends, and definitely society in general, might not be on board with this. This choice often takes a massive amount of personal courage to just stand your ground, even if it means dealing with criticism or putting distance between you and the people you love.
Let's just sit with this for a second. It's a powerful way to think about these huge, life-changing decisions. A choice like moving in together is a big deal. It changes you, it changes your relationship, and it puts your life on a completely new track. It's a step you can't just easily take back, which is why it needs so much careful thought.
So, when you put it all together, the emotional stuff, the practical realities, the social pressure, it all boils down to one simple thing. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got this heavy weight of what society expects. And on the other, you have your own life and your own right to choose what you believe is the best path for you and your future.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that this is not a decision you make on a whim. Take the time to really think about if you're ready, if your relationship is strong enough, and all the real-world stuff you're going to face. Most of all, be brutally honest with yourself and with your partner.
Because at the end of the day, no one else can make this decision for you. It's yours and yours alone. After thinking about everything we've talked about, what's the path that feels right for you? This is where we wrap up and where your own personal journey of reflection really begins. Thanks for hanging out with me.